You must have heard people saying that either the sky ate it or the ground swallowed it. But there is a place on Earth where people claim this actually happens. This mysterious region lies in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, between Florida, USA, the island of Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. These 3 points form a triangle, hence the name Bermuda Triangle. However, due to the strange and tragic incidents reported here, this area has also been referred to as the Devil's Triangle and the lingo of the lost. So, how did the story of this strange region begin? In the 1950s, the Bermuda Triangle wasn't widely discussed in American media. But everything changed when writer Vincent Gaddis published an article in Argosy magazine in which he described an area near Florida where bizarre events occurred between 3 points. He titled his article The Deadly Bermuda Triangle, and from that point onward, the name caught on and entered popular culture. The biggest problem reported in the Bermuda Triangle was that ships and aircrafts would suddenly lose radio contact, and compasses would stop working or spin uncontrollably. Electronic instruments would fluctuate, and in many cases, vessels would completely vanish. Not even a single piece of wreckage would be found. As these unexplained events piled up, people began theorizing. Some believed a sea monster lived there, others thought aliens were behind the disappearances, and some even connected it to the Illuminati. Yet none of these theories have ever been confirmed. Despite the lack of solid evidence, the Bermuda Triangle has inspired countless books, movies, and documentaries. People are fascinated by the unknown, and the mystery of this region captures the imagination like few other stories. One such tale dates back to 1888, when a ship named the Ellen Austin was traveling from England to New York. After a few days at sea, the ship's captain, Griffin, decided to take an unplanned shortcut through the Bermuda Triangle. As they entered the area, he noticed a small, erratically moving boat in the distance. After several failed attempts to communicate, the captain sent a team to investigate. Shockingly, the boat was completely empty. No crew, no captain, no passengers. It was intact and undamaged. They decided to tow the mysterious boat back to New York for investigation. But during a violent storm, the boat disappeared. When the storm cleared, the boat reappeared, but the crew who had boarded it were now gone, vanished without a trace. Yet again, the boat itself showed no damage. They abandoned the vessel and continued their journey. The next day, the story spread across the world. Another chilling story is that of the Mary Celeste. The ship departed New York for Italy on November 7, 1872, but somewhere near the Bermuda Triangle, the ship went missing. A month later, on December 4th, it was found drifting, completely intact, with no visible damage. The dining table was still set with untouched food and plates, but the captain, crew, and all passengers were gone. To this day, no one knows what happened to them. Perhaps the most well-known incident occurred on December 5th, 1945, involving a group of 5 fighter planes known as Flight 19. The mission was a routine training exercise, where the pilots were to fly from Florida, drop bombs at Chicken Shoals, head to Grand Bahama, and return. Weather conditions were clear when they departed. However, after 2 hours, things took a turn. Lieutenant Charles, their leader, reported that both of his compasses had failed. The rest of the crew also reported navigational issues. Ground control soon realized that the team was completely lost. A rescue plane was sent out to find them, but it too vanished. Its last message was, "Something is burning here at a height of 100 feet. And then, nothing. Even Christopher Columbus, in his journey to the New World, noted strange occurrences near this region. He recorded in his journal in 1492 that his compass was behaving erratically and that mysterious lights were falling from the sky like candles. Bruce Jernan is perhaps the only man to claim he survived a direct encounter with the Bermuda Triangle. He frequently flew between the Bahamas and Florida, a trip that typically took 90 minutes. On one such flight, while flying at 10,000 feet, he encountered thick, dark clouds. These clouds were so dense that no sunlight could pass through. His plane's instruments, including the compass, stopped working. He felt as if some external force was controlling the aircraft. His location disappeared from the radar. Despite this, he kept flying and eventually emerged from the cloud. When he radioed ground control, they were shocked. He had arrived in Florida in just 45 minutes, something that was physically impossible for his aircraft. Even more strangely, the fuel levels hadn't dropped. Bruce later wrote a book detailing his experience. Stories like these are why the Bermuda Triangle remains such a compelling topic. Mysterious tales appeal to our curiosity and our imagination. While hard facts might seem boring, conspiracy theories sell. Stories about hidden underwater civilizations, alien encounters, or secret government plots capture the public's attention and sell millions of books and movie tickets. There are countless movies and books about the Bermuda Triangle. A simple search will reveal dozens of films, many of which focus on alien abductions, sea monsters, and time warps. Authors have taken small, unverifiable historical details and spun elaborate fictional tales. This has contributed to the mystique and global fame of the region. You might wonder, if this place is so dangerous, why isn't it making headlines today? The truth is, people still travel through the Bermuda Triangle every day, by sea and by air. In fact, it's one of the busiest traffic zones in the world. With advancements in technology, we can now explain or avoid many of the dangers that once puzzled earlier generations. Today, incidents are fewer and far more understandable. Even though it's world famous, the Bermuda Triangle isn't officially recognized on maps. The US government does not acknowledge it as a real region. On Wikipedia, it's labeled as an urban legend, meaning a story that is often repeated and widely believed, but not necessarily true. According to Lloyd's List, a maritime publication that tracks global shipping data, only 1.8% of all maritime casualties occur in the Bermuda Triangle. Out of 8,634 vessels that have passed through it, only 2 casualties have been reported, which is a lower rate compared to many other regions. Yet, the Bermuda Triangle continues to dominate the public imagination due to its media presence and economic impact through tourism and entertainment. One report by La Tribuna claimed that 75 ships and aircraft had gone missing in the Bermuda Triangle. But when averaged out, similar numbers of disappearances occur in other parts of the world as well. In fact, there's another triangle-shaped region near Japan known as the Dragon Triangle. In 1945, a Japanese A6M0 aircraft vanished here, with the pilot's final message being, "Something is happening in the sky. The sky is opening up." In 1980, the massive British ship Derbyshire disappeared in this same region. Still, the Bermuda Triangle is more famous, largely due to Hollywood's attention and the sheer number of books and documentaries dedicated to it. Interestingly, both the Bermuda and Dragon Triangles lie along the same latitude, which has led to even more conspiracy theories. But verifying these stories is extremely difficult. For instance, the Mary Celeste case revealed that the ship's lifeboat was missing, and some speculated it was an insurance scam. Others suggested the crew had to evacuate due to an emergency. As for the Ellen Austin, we can't confirm if the captain's account is entirely true. One detail repeated in many of these stories is compass malfunction. That's because Earth has 2 poles, a geographic north, true north, and a magnetic north. Compasses usually point to magnetic north, but there are specific places where the compass shows true north, one of them being along the agonic line. For many years, this line passed directly through the Bermuda Triangle, which might explain compass issues in the area. The Flight 19 case was investigated and ultimately labeled as human error. Due to compass failure and poor visibility, the pilots became disoriented and ran out of fuel. Today, with GPS, radar, and sonar, such incidents are far less common. Another explanation involves methane hydrate fields found in the seabed of the Bermuda Triangle. When methane bubbles rise and mix with water, they drastically lower the water's density, which can cause ships to sink rapidly. This theory has been tested and confirmed in laboratory experiments. Additionally, the region is frequently hit by hurricanes, especially in nearby US states like Florida. Weather plays a major role in maritime and aviation accidents, and the Bermuda Triangle's storm-prone location adds to its risks. In 2016, scientists from the University of Colorado analyzed satellite images and found hexagon-shaped clouds above the Bermuda Triangle, a rare phenomenon. These clouds can act like air bombs, generating winds of up to 175 miles per hour, strong enough to bring down aircraft. Dr. Carl from Sydney University studied the area for years and concluded that most accidents were due to human error, bad weather, and unpredictable situations, not paranormal forces. So while the Bermuda Triangle is steeped in myth and mystery, science and data suggest that there's no single supernatural cause behind the events. But the stories, captivating, mysterious, and sometimes eerie, will likely continue to be told for generations to come. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the unknown, hit like and subscribe for more mysteries explained. Until next time, stay curious.